Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our new Big Brother Canada interview. And here we are speaking with Kiefer, who had the misfortune in a lot of ways. You get all the way to Final Four. You're so close, you can taste it.
Yeah, the other house guests got real lucky that they were actually able to get him out here because I thought Kiefer was going to win the game. They had a chance to get him out. They did not. I thought it was just that was the shot. That was it. He was just going to get his way to the end and it was over.
Now, this is getting interesting now. This season's been interesting and really cool for a while, but Tara, who, I don't know, the second week, I was like, no chance of winning the game. People in the house don't like her. She doesn't have enough allies. She's gotten rid of JEDSON.
Twice.
Yep, she beat him in that competition. She has won competitions when she needed to.
Yep.
She has now gotten rid of Kiefer, who I think we can all probably agree would have won easily if he had made it to the final two.
Easily.
And so with that, she has quite the resume, and it
Yeah.
kind of comes down to, okay, is she going to be able to win that final HOH? Will she take the right person? This is going to be, we're not getting set up for like some Big Brother Canada 4 level like wah wah ending. We're going to have a good ending to this season.
This whole season has been really good. I mean, we've seen a lot of big players go home, which
Yeah.
is what the show is supposed to be like,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I never understand sort of leaving big players in the game all the way through
Yeah.
to the end. It is always such a mistake, and nobody played that way this season. It was a good season.
Listen, when my biggest beef with Big Brother Canada is their lack of live feeds, they know that means they're doing something right. I'm always going to complain about that, but
Yeah.
you at least gave us everything else. But here we're going to be talking with Kiefer about a number of things related to his game. And before we get into that, if you guys enjoy this discussion, hit that subscribe button. I know the season's almost over, but we're going to be having a little bit more coverage to come. And of course, Big Brother 23.
Yep.
It's a coming.
Also remember that Kiefer is going to jury. So our questions, we can only ask so much. So just so you guys know, if you're just like, why didn't you ask this or this or this, this is what is happening. He is still a jury member.
Yeah, and with that in mind, let's get right to that interview.
Hi, Kiefer.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for talking with us.
No problem.
So let's get right into the questions. What are you feeling more of today? Pride for making it so far or disappointment for going out so close to the finale?
It's definitely got to be pride. I was the biggest target in the house. I knew it in the back of my mind and in the front of my mind as well. But to make it to the final four is a huge accomplishment, especially being a target for that long. I was really good at deflecting me being a target, and I'm proud of the game that I played. And honestly, I'm just relieved to be out of there. It was stressful.
The moment that Tara won the veto, did you feel confident at all that you'd stay in the game?
I want to say I felt like I had a chance. I didn't feel like I was out of it, but I knew the likelihood that she would keep me was very low, which is afterwards why I was so emotional. Although I tried to play it off cool and collected, I knew in my head that it was a long shot that she kept me. And I was hoping that she would, but she made the right move by cutting me because there's no way I take Tara to final two.
Is there anything that you regret when it comes to your campaign to Tara?
No, not really. I think Tara had her mind made up that she was going to cut me, even though she says that she didn't have her mind made up until, 15, 20 minutes before the eviction. I could tell as soon as she won the veto how emotional she was, the way that she looked at me afterwards and how tough the decision she said it was. But I don't have any regrets in the game as a whole. So I definitely don't have any regrets with my pitch to Tara. She deserved it. She won the veto. I came second. I had a chance to fight for my life in that game, and I didn't fight hard enough. And here I am speaking to you, lovely people. So I feel good.
You told some house guests that you believed you had a number of jury votes. Do you think that put a bigger target on you?
Uh, Potentially, but I think I did have jury votes. In fact, I thought I would have the entire jury no matter what if I was sitting in the final two. And I wanted to be honest with them about my game, and I also wanted to pump up their games as well. So that was part of my strategy, talking about how well they were doing in the game. Again, I don't think I could change anything. I am who I am. I'm uber confident in everything that I do. It's been an issue my whole life, especially when I'm not good at things. No, I don't regret it. And I probably would have said it a bit more just to rub it in, because, you know, you like to be on top in there.
So ideally, who would you have taken to the final two out of the three remaining players?
Most likely I would have took Braden or Tashawn in any order that would have been. It would have been a tough decision between the two. I would have probably leaned towards Tashawn because I know he didn't have the greatest jury management skills, and just to guarantee myself the win, I probably would have taken Tashawn over Braden.
When you were nominated during JEDSON's HOH, how nervous were you, and how did you ensure that you stayed safe?
Oh, nerves almost have nothing to do with it. I was devastated. When you're that deep into the game, you know, you're 44 days in, your whole world changes, and the way that you live life is a lot different. So it felt like my whole world came crashing down. I felt betrayed and backstabbed. And I felt hurt. And I didn't know how that I was going to recuperate from that. I was very close to self-evicting, honestly. And then I remembered why I was there. It was hard work. Why am I here? I'm here to win. So I needed to do harder work to keep myself in the game. And I went and I gave the final pitch, the pitch of my life. I said, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to make them work hard to get me out, because I'm going to be working harder to stay in this game.
What do you consider to be your single biggest move this season?
That's a good question. I think my biggest move would probably be keeping myself safe from a backdoor attempt on Jed. I definitely feel like not many people survive the backdoor, especially a big target like myself, when somebody like Tina, who didn't have any competition wins, was sitting next to me and didn't really truly have an alliance, and she was part of the duo. That or trapdooring Jed. I like to take a little bit of credit because I came up with the idea, but there was a lot of moving parts in the trapdoor as well. So I think my biggest move personally for me was saving myself on the back door.
You spoke a lot in the House about being First Nations and wanting to represent your community back home. How do you think they feel about your game?
Oh, geez. I honestly, deep down, I really hope they're proud of how I represent it. I just try to be my authentic self, because when you're representing a large group of people, it's almost impossible to do that. So I can only represent how I was raised. So I hope that they're proud, and I think that they are. I mean, top four, being a big target, and all the things that I accomplished in that house, I think it's going to be one hell of a party when I get to go home.
Thank you so much, Kiefer.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys. It was a pleasure.